Alright, so the most anticipated patch in NBA 2K history just came out, and let's just say it is not meeting expectations. All right, now let's just talk about, as you saw in the beginning, bump steals are just absolutely OD. Expect that to be nerfed and be tinkered with. But before we go any further, let's just read exactly what the patch was supposed to do. Okay, it says adjust shot contest logic to reduce inappropriately high coverage shots, which are called ghost contests, when not actively contesting shots. Random button alley-oop finishes is now limited to Hall of Fame and competitive online modes, which is Ante Up, Proving Grounds, Pro-Am, etc. Non-Hall of Fame game modes, Theater, The Rec, The Park, etc. You use a single dedicated finish button, all right? Which is basically back how it was in previous 2Ks. The only time you're going to get the randomized buttons are in those competitive arenas, okay? This is the big one. Increase the difficulty of making pull-up fadeaway jump shots based on community feedback. Improve the reliability of rhythm shooting inputs to ensure timing and tempo registered consistently, which is not nerfing or buffing it. It's just a feedback thing, okay? So I want you to understand that. That is just a feedback thing. Slightly tighten rhythm shooting windows for both tempo and timing. That it was supposed to be a nerf, and we'll see, because more rhythm shooting is 2 times as big of a green window compared to button shooting. Adjust takeover effects of dunking boost now applies correctly to poster machine instead of blur. And then the last one, added more reliable ball collision detection when dribbling into defenders and during blitz steal attempts. And that's what you saw in the beginning. It's gonna have to, I don't know, again, they were testing it, just trying to see what was going on, and they were just doing, size ups, and they were getting bump steals the whole time. It'll be interesting to see how that's going to play in the grand scheme of things. I just know people have been already complaining on the internet, just saying like, bro, I can't even dribble. Like, I take 2 dribbles, I'm losing the ball every single time. So we'll see how that works. Obviously, the patch is not going to be immediately to try to fix these certain ones. So we'll, and they dropped this a week before season 2 started. Maybe they did that intentionally to see what the feedback was going to be for the next week. And then obviously when season 2 starts again, do another update. I'm not sure, but regardless, at the end of the day, it's pretty insane to look at. I mean, you can already see tweets right here. Solo just said, did 2K test the patch before dropping it? Serious question. And then of course you got statistics saying MFs with 25 steal, getting 5 steals a game, and you can't even do a dribble without fumbling the ball. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting those type of responses. But let's talk about how, like, with these fades, okay? And you see right here, clear as day, you see IQ Contain. He is still going out there and fading like it's nothing, and he's using button shooting. And he even said in his tweet, he said, even after the update, I cannot be patched. Now, one thing you have to understand is that it wasn't like they just completely took away fades. So it's going to be more of a skill gap thing. If you know your shots, then obviously, you shouldn't have an issue. But if you're more of a casual type player that was doing it, you're probably going to have a bigger issue. We don't know until 2K Labs and 2K Toots drop the data on the green window, how much smaller it is. We're not going to know the exact data, but there is a difference. But I did see with what's the name, Double H, he was doing the fades in the court in his my court with square and with rhythm shooting, and he was hitting way much more with rhythm shooting than he was with square. So there's still going to be that gap of having that bigger green window with the fading and shooting using rhythm shooting. So again, if you have not been rhythm shooting, guess what? You're going to be missing out, because as the sliders get more and more difficult, the rhythm shooting is always going to be the easier option. It's more forgiving. All you have to do is time the tempo. You don't have to actual time the release. So keep that in mind when you're going through these, trying to decide what you want to do. You definitely want to take that in consideration. I'm just letting y'all know. It's not about what's eating. Like, you're not trying to be, trying to start any type of like, oh, this is easier. It's the data shows rhythm shooting is easier and it's not as skillful. So why in the world will you not be using that, especially when the game is going to be getting more and more difficult? Okay. The other thing, they said that they were going to change blur, right? Make blur what it was supposed to be. So now the poster machine is working like it was blur from like pre-patch, right? So now you get that big green window with poster machine like it was supposed to be from day one. I don't even know why it took so long. I'm not even sure how that was even an oversight. Like, how was that? How did that go so long during 2K's testing phase of playing the game that poster wasn't doing anything and blur was giving you the blow by animation and the dunk animation? So as you can see in the gameplay, that's what you're looking at. But there's one caveat in this. The green window now on the dunk meter, it starts small and then gets bigger. So it was the other way around with before the patch, right? It would start big and then all of a sudden it would shrink to nothing. So I like this aspect of it starting small, because now everybody's going to aim small, and then if you miss a little bit and the window gets bigger, guess what? You'll hit the shot. So it actually makes contact dunks easier in the game, even without poster machine. So poster machine is going to work like blur now, and then also contact dunks are going to be easier because now it's going to start small and go big. Someone said that was even 2K's attempt to try to negate the Titans and Zens, but again, do not think that, because they will make a update. Those Zens and Titan developer kids, guys, whoever they are, they're gonna come up with a patch. I guarantee you'll see it on YouTube by the end of the day. There's gonna be a new Zen, new Titan patch that's gonna negate all the stuff right there. So don't even worry about it. But what I will say worry about is that, remember, I told y'all, be careful what you ask for, because now what's going to happen is the people that are cheating are going to be even more god tier. So they're going to be fading and hitting all their shots still with no issue. All right, no issue. They're still cheating. So they're still going to get those greens. They're still going to be able to fade and do all that. While us guys and gals that are not cheating, guess what? We're going to be fading some and we're going to be missing a little bit more than we had before. So instead of hitting 80% of your shots, now you're only hitting 60%. That might be 2 or 3 misses a game. While the people that are cheating, they're missing one a game. You're going to just see the discrepancy between the guys and gals that are cheating, right? Their win percentages, their 3-point percentages, it's going to stand out even more. It's going to look more insane to see that. But again, it's really hard to try to figure out what to do when you have that type of technology out there, and it's very hard to detect for 2K just to randomly just try to ban people, I'm guessing. So just keep that in mind. But then I also saw, and this is crazy, it says, is the hitch back on rhythm shooting, ? And Kevin Cruz says, I was like, ain't no way, I'm missing that, right? So it looks like the hitch and rhythm shooting is back also. So again, there was a lot done with this patch. They've been working on this for what, a month? And when they brought it out, it just did not hit. It was the most anticipated update of 2K history, because again, this is like, people are having so much fun with the game. They're like, yo, you do these little things right here, this is going to be the greatest 2K ever. And I'm sorry, it looks like they missed the ball here. They dropped the ball on this one. We're going to have to obviously see some quick updates and patches. So don't be anticipate 2K coming out today and saying that, hey, there's going to be a couple of quick fixes here and there throughout the week with anticipation of fixing that. Because again, nobody is going to accept this getting ripped every single time back and forth, left and right. There has to be some type of buffer so people can still dribble. They're obviously got to get that hitch fixed, and rhythm shooting, that's going to have to be fixed. So there's a lot of things that still need to be done. The only thing I see that was done correctly with no issue was the poster machine, along with the green window now starting small, going big. But at the end of the day, you got to apply 2K for at least getting ahead of this, trying to get it out. Maybe they rushed it a little bit. It was put out quicker than what they might have wanted. But y'all let me know in the comment section, as y'all been playing the game, what is your take on these new updates? Is it a W? Is it an L? Have you been having issues? But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Jimmy. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger Mania. When I say back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.